Let us start with the 8th class of our series. In our target today, these are the topic of science and technology of June month 2020. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 topics. Let us see how many we can do. But first topic is related to privatization of the Indian space. Okay. To promote private activities, not privatization we can say, to promote private activities, endeavor and business in a space area in India. Indian government is going to create Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center INSpace. So this is in news. Second thing about your convalescent plasma therapy is in news because of COVID-19. So related to that we will study about what is plasma bank. Third is in the International Space Station a new state of matter is created in the coldest place you can say on the earth not earth until the time we know the any possible area till we have seen. It is in International Space Station that we have created the coldest situation. In that situation, fifth state of matter is created. So that is the third thing. Then we have India and Japan joint lunar polar exploration mission. Then we will see the quantum key distribution and then a little introduction about annular solar eclipse. So these are the 6 topics. To boost private sector participation in entire space activities of India, government has come up with a national level nodal agency. So this will be a coordinating nodal agency and which will promote, handhold, that means give guidance, permit also, it will authorize also and do the monitoring also and supervise also the space activities which are taken by NGPEs. What is NGPEs? Non-governmental private enterprises which are involved in space activities. So this body INSpace will do the regulation also of these bodies. Non-governmental private entities involved in space activities in India will be regulated by its provision, INSpace provisions, exemptions which are allowed exemptions and you can jump into the business of a space activity and some statutory guidelines, everything will be done by your INSpace. That nodal agency, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center INSpace is created, and you should note that this is nodal body, this regulating body this is first of all independent nodal agency, but this will be under the Department of Space. Department of Space is headed by directly Prime Minister of India. You should know that. For allowing space activities and usage of Department of State owned facilities. So Department of Space has its own facilities. It owns some facilities. Those facilities can be used by private bodies also so that their business grows and they can do the work with the government collaboration. Government will earn money for that. But consultation of ISRO will be required. Also in the current context of ease of doing business, more than regulator we are focusing on facilitator. A regulator means that okay, they will regulate but they will look into the faults of a problem. If they see any problem in any business, private enterprises, they will come with a heavy hand. But facilitator is that if they see that is there any fault or violation of the rules and regulations, they will help the private entities remove that problem and grow. That is how a facilitator is different from regulator. Facilitator is positive encouragement and regulator is somehow negative. They will restrict and facilitator will encourage. So one side is your government's ISRO and Department of Space and other side is your NGPEs, private sector parties, and in between that the coordinating body will be Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center INSpace. This will increase space-based activities in India because private sector also will be participating. The resource utilization will be better. So how this body is being created? It will have its own chairperson. There will be one chairperson and there will be one board of managers. And what they will regulate? They will regulate and promote building of routine satellites. So private enterprises will be creating routine satellites. They will be creating rockets also. And they will be also creating commercial launch services through Indian industry and startup. So Indian industry and startup will be using this coordinating body INSpace, will be using the Department of Space facilities, ISRO facilities, and will be creating satellite, rockets and commercial launch services. It will have a chairperson and board. Also it will have its own directors for technical, legal, safety, security, monitoring, activities, promotion. So all these things need a specialization. So it will have own directors for that specialization. Private industry will also free up ISRO to concentrate on science so that If these private industries are creating rockets and satellites and the launch vehicles, then ISRO can indulge more into science and research and development activities, interplanetary exploration. Some distant planet will be explored by ISRO, just like NASA. If ISRO is delegating some of the regular work to the private enterprises, and the strategic launches, for example, moon mission, your Mars mission, all those things are strategic launches. So ISRO can focus more on big activities, while the smaller activities, the regular routine activities, can be taken up by private bodies. Now let us understand this topic, that India is opening up Indian space for private sector. What are the reforms already undertaken? First of all, see the problem. Indian industry, if we talk about the space participation, space industry participation, Indian space industry has a very small footprint there. They have only 3% share in the rapidly growing global space economy, which was already worth at least 360 billion. So you have only 3% share in the 360 billion market of the space industry. So now we are moving towards market economy. So supply based model, no. Now we are going towards demand based model. So wherever there is demand, we will move into that. Even private bodies can participate. Now this INS space is one organization. Before that also, in the last 2 years, government has created some other organization in the similar nature. That was NSIL. NSIL was created after the budget 2019 announcement. New Space India Limited. Its function is almost the same. Promoting privatization, will act as the aggregator of user requirement and obtain commitments. So it will obtain commitments and user requirement for the private bodies in a space exploration. New Space India Limited was created by the government. NSIL, New Space India Limited, will take ownership from Department of Space for operational launch vehicles, commercialized launches, and satellite and services. These services will be undertaken by NSIL from Department of Space, and NSIL, New Space India Limited, will participate with the private bodies, private entities, private enterprises, or NGPEs. NSIL will also help your NGPEs to carry out space activities through the newly created Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, INS Space. See, INS Space is the second space organization created by the government in last 2 years, and the previous one was NSIL. This NSIL is a public sector company and serves as the marketing arm of ISRO. Now understand one more thing. Antariksh, it is also the marketing arm of the ISRO. So this is somehow duplication. You already had Antariksh, then you came with the NSIL also. But yeah, functions are almost the same. Function of Antariksh and NSIL is almost similar. Its main purpose is to market the technologies developed by ISRO and bring more clients that need a space-based services. So ISRO does some experiment, research and development. In that process, something new is created. It might have market value, for example, some fuel which can be used by the general population also, which can be used by the automobile industry also. Those things, and nanotechnology developed by ISRO which can be used by other industries. So those products of the ISRO can be marketed through NSIL and Antariksh. Both have the almost similar function. NSIL is completely owned by government public sector company. It is present in Department of Space. Antariksh was created as the commercial arm of your space government space sector in 1992, but created as a private company where government has the stake. Now plasma and plasma therapy and convalescent plasma therapy is in news. First of all, understand the news. Delhi government inaugurated the India's first plasma bank at Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences, followed by another at Lok Nayak Hospital. So Delhi government launched 2 plasma banks, one in Institute of Liver and Bile Sciences and another at Lok Nayak Hospital. Lok Nayak Hospital is where it was created for the COVID specifically. Here was my medical, so that was postponed because it was happening here. It was dedicated COVID-19 hospital. It will ease access to plasma required in treatment. So this is the news, but what is the concept behind? Why plasma is in news? See, one therapy is there for many diseases, and for COVID it is very effective or not, that is a matter of debate still, but people are using that for COVID also, plasma therapy. That therapy is known as convalescent plasma therapy. What happens that suppose one person is infected by COVID-19. So his body, his blood and everything will develop antibodies against the antigen of the COVID-19 virus. SARS-CoV-2 virus. So now the person has the antibodies. His plasma, his blood has the antibodies. Now another person is infected, but the person has less time to develop antibodies, and that person is in very dangerous situation. The last stage is there. In that time, if you can do the transfusion of the blood from the first person who was infected and had developed the antibodies, if you transfer the plasma, the antibodies will also be transferred in the newly infected person. Those antibodies will help this person fight the disease, fight the infection, so that person might be saved. So this is called as convalescent plasma therapy. Plasma from a recovered COVID-19 patient who is 18 to 60 years healthy age and weight above 50 kgs and have been virus free for 14 days. So this person must have recovered, right? This person should have tested negative after the infection, only then we will take. Otherwise the virus will be transferred with the plasma. So that is not to be done. You take a person who was having the infection of COVID-19 but recovered from that and was tested negative at least 14 days ago. Fine. So those plasma will be transferred from the infected, previously infected person to the previously infected and recovered person to the newly infected person. The antibodies in the plasma will kickstart immune response because they already are created for the COVID-19 only. So the new person will have those ready and they can help him fight the disease. That will help in faster recovery. This is convalescent plasma theory, and that is why Delhi government is creating the plasma bank. For non-biology students, what is plasma? It looks like that. You can donate plasma in almost 20 days. You can donate blood in almost 3 months once. But plasma can be donated in 20 days only. It is easily replaced by the body. Plasma is the clear straw colored liquid. This is a straw colored, right? Liquid portion blood that remains after you take blood. Okay, you take blood from that blood. You remove your red blood cells. RBC is removed. Then also you remove leukocytes, white blood cells, WBC. So RBC, WBC, everything you remove. Then you remove the platelets which cause clotting of the blood. That means they will stop bleeding. So platelet is for that function. RBC you know already, this is for oxygen transport and various things. It has hemoglobin, and white blood cells help you fight a disease. Platelets are for clotting, so that your blood is not lost during an infection or during a cut. So wherever you see that you had a cut and after some time the blood starts flowing out, that means platelets have taken their action and clotting has been done. But excessive platelets can cause the clotting in a negative way also. Blood movement can be stopped. So but anyway, that is not our matter. So you take blood sample, then you remove red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and all other cellular components are removed. Then the plasma is the clear straw colored liquid portion which is left in the blood. So when you donate plasma, actually it's not like they will be taking your blood out first, then they will be eliminating plasma. Now the new instruments are like that. They will put the injection and you will be sitting on the machine, and during movement of the blood only this plasma will be eliminated, and that can be donated or it can go into the plasma bank. So different elimination technique is not required. During the blood transfusion only, blood donation only, actually you can separately donate plasma, and that will not require extraction of RBC, WBC after the donation of the blood. So you do not need to donate the blood, you can donate the plasma only separately. Very safe and very easy. Recovery only in 20 days. It is the largest component of blood, 55%. Plasma is your largest component of blood, 55%, and after that you have, in the amount of 45%, you have RBC, WBC, platelets and other cells. It has plasma component is what? Its composition is water, salts, enzymes and C, antibodies. So once you transfuse the plasma, you are transporting the antibodies also. Then what is blood serum? Blood serum is blood plasma without clotting factors. No clotting factor will be there. Then the plasma becomes blood serum. Apart from platelets, you have other clotting factors also. So all those clotting factors are removed. Then your plasma becomes blood serum. Then what is plasmapheresis disease? It is a technique. It is a medical therapy that involves blood plasma extraction, treatment and reintegration. plasmapheresis is a technique of plasma extraction, treatment and reintegration into other person's body or other person's blood. Our next topic is fifth state of matter. Till now, how many states of matter we know? We know solid, we know liquid, we know gases, and we also know plasma. So four states we know. But fifth state of matter has been recently observed. What do I mean by observed? It was already predicted by your Bose and Einstein, Satyendranath Bose and Albert Einstein in 1920s only predicted that there will be a fifth state of matter. When you will cool a group of atoms to near absolute zero of temperature, that is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, that is 0 Kelvin. If you cool down a group of atoms to the point of 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degrees Celsius, then the atoms begin to clump together and they act as one big super atom. In that state, they do not behave like atom, they do not behave like particle, but rather they behave like single quantum state. So that is your Bose-Einstein condensate predicted by Bose and Einstein in 1920 only. But now in the International Space Station, researchers had created the one of the coldest places in universe, and there they almost reached the minus 273 degrees Celsius or 0 Kelvin, and Bose-Einstein condensate was observed. See, in this super cooled gas that no longer behaves as individual atoms and particles, but rather an entity in a single quantum state. Now, is this the first time that Bose-Einstein condensate has been created on Earth? No. They have been created in variety of experiments using rubidium atoms. I told you, there will be a group of atoms which will be cooled to minus 273 degrees Celsius. So they have used rubidium atoms, and it is happening in Earth since 1995. But all these experiments where all these atoms were hindered by gravity of the Earth. Remember, it was happening on Earth, so there was gravity of the Earth. So whatever cloud formed of your Bose-Einstein condensate, that went to a split in a second. Not more than that. But on International Space Station, you have microgravity environment, already. In that environment, it was possible to keep the Bose-Einstein condensate stable for multiple seconds, and in those multiple seconds, the researchers could study them better, could study them in detail. So that is why this fifth state of matter development in International Space Stations becomes very important. If you understand Bose-Einstein condensate, you will better understand gravitational waves, you will better understand dark energy, and you will better understand the quantum nature of the universe. That is the significance. But we learned that previously we had 4 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, everyone knows. Fourth one was plasma. What is plasma? Plasma is formed by the ionization of atoms in a molecule by increasing the temperature to a very high extent. See, fifth state of matter is being created at 0 Kelvin, at minus 273 degrees Celsius. But plasma is created by ionization of atoms present in a molecule by increasing the temperature to a very high extent. Plasma has free positive ions because you are doing the ionization of the atoms in a molecule, so it will have free positive ions, and ions will be created by the extraction of electron only. But overall there will be neutrality maintained because you are extracting from an atom the positive charge and negative charge, so there will be overall neutral, but otherwise it will have free positive ions and electrons in the plasma. What is the difference between plasma and gas? Unlike gas, it is highly electrically conducive because you have ionized the material. So it is highly electrically conducive and responds to electric and magnetic field. Being in an almost gaseous state, this plasma responds to electric and magnetic field because it is highly electrically conducive because of the liberated electrons. But overall neutrality is maintained. Most abundant form of ordinary matter present in the universe. What is ordinary matter present in the universe? The universal matter. Common forms of plasma are stars. See, sun rays and all sun in the core. It is like plasma only. Lightning also presents on the earth in the form of plasma only. It is very conducive. Neon lights, plasma displays, artificial plasma displays in various TVs and everything. So all these are artificial, but otherwise plasma fourth state is very much possible. Lightning thunder activity is also in plasma state only. Now a very small topic, joint lunar polar exploration mission. Lunar polar exploration, right? Moon's pole exploration is being done by India and Japan together. From India side you have ISRO, and from Japan side you have Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA. This is a joint mission or lunar polar exploration mission, and it will be carried by ISRO and JAXA. JAXA is Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. So what they will do? The mission plans to send a lunar rover and lander. So lander will be there, then a rover will come out of the lander, and that rover will explore the south pole region of the moon in 2024. India had already planned to explore the south pole, but that could not happen, already that was a crash landing. But now with the Japan we are going to explore the south pole region of the moon, and we are planning to go in 2024 with Japan. What is the objective of this mission? To obtain the data on quantity and form, such as the level of mixing with dry regolith. Regolith is what? Regolith is unconsolidated material present on any planetary bodies. So that you can say soil, and not soil exactly, it will be rock fragments only, that is regolith, unconsolidated material. So it will explore the level of mixing with dry regolith of the water resources present on the moon. So moon has water resources. This was explored by India, and NASA explored the Indian data and came to the conclusion that moon has water. So now moon's water must have mixed with regolith also. So this experiment, joint lunar polar exploration mission by India and Japan, will try to find how much is the level of mixing with regolith and moon's water, and they will investigate distribution on the lunar surface and below ground, how much mixing is present with the regolith. Launch year 2024. Launch vehicle will be H3 rocket, and orbit you do not need to know that, but it will be Kaguya launch orbit, so that relates to Japan. Launch mass is 6 tons or more, very heavy, and payload mass is only 350 kg including your rover. Operational period will be, it will explore the moon for almost 3 months, right, on the south pole region of the moon. So these are the details of it. Equipments will be water detector, very much needed, and science instruments and environment measuring instruments, which will explore the moon's south pole region. A little engagements of some work today, so we will meet tomorrow and we will do the other topics tomorrow, and tomorrow also we will include some topics from the July month. So that's all today. Thank you.